Way, not a great day for the doom and gloom panic team apocalypse crowd. Some good encouraging numbers out of New York City and Italy. So there are some good stories out of Europe and New York City, a hot spot in the United States with a virus. So Tom Brady came out with a 2,500-word essay on his time with the Patriots and moving forward to Tampa. Mentioned Bill Belichick by name once. By name once, but actually mentioned him several times in not-so-subtle jabs. So think about this. When we think of Belichick, Joey and I always joke, there's not a lot of warmth there. That's the word we've used. One of the first things he says is, Tampa Bay, I really appreciate the welcome and warmth I've gotten from their players and coaches. Warmth? It's an interesting word to use, right? When guys go to new teams, you never hear the word, oh, I love the warmth. Isn't that the knock on Belichick? He lacks that. Next sentence, he goes, they want to listen to what I have to say. Well, if you started dating somebody new and say, I really like him, like he listens to what I say. Translation, the last guy didn't. So he talks about warmth in Tampa, and they listen to what I say. That's two Belichick references. Here's another one. He says, for me, playing football isn't going to last another 10 years. How can I maximize what I do? So he's saying, I could have signed at both places. New England can't maximize what I can do. Translation, they can't draft receivers. We don't have enough good players. Tampa's got more good players. Tom is telling you, I could have chose either. I'm going to the place that can maximize my talent. Translation, New England no longer can. Too many whiffs at wide receiver and tight end. He also then mentions him by name. He said, when the Patriots drafted me back in 2000, I was 22. I remember I'm sitting in my parents' house in San Mateo, California, growing less and less confident. The phone would never ring. But late in the draft, it did. By the way, in the 6th round, it's not like Coach Belichick himself was on the other end of the line. I think it was his assistant named Burge. The only time he mentions it, it's to note that, it wasn't like Belichick thought I was going to be great. By the way, at the very end, he also mentions Belichick without mentioning Belichick. He says, but more than any one physical place, it's the relationships I made in New England. He mentions Robert Kraft and the entire Kraft family in a sentence. It also extends to other individuals, teammates, coaches, past and present. Mostly, though, I'll miss the fans. So Kraft twice, mostly fans, teammates. The last thing he puts in is coaches. Now, I believe the reason Kevin Durant left the Golden State Warriors is, you can say what you want. When Draymond Green crossed the line, is like, I'm not gonna forget that. And Golden State didn't rally around Kevin. Kevin's like, I know this is probably a better team now. I'm not going to forget that. January of 2018, ESPN, the magazine, did an article on Garoppolo, Brady, the organization, all sorts of leaks. Not many appeared to come from Brady because many were taking shots at Brady. This was the Belichick side and the Patriot side leaking stuff. Remember, stuff gets out if somebody wants it out, okay? That's the only way stuff gets out. Watergate, somebody wanted it out. Look it up. So stuff started leaking for that story. And several of the quotes were, coaches here believe they can win with more than Tom Brady. There's a lot of quarterbacks we could have won here with. That, to me, may not be as vulgar as what Draymond Green said to Kevin Durant. But if you worked somewhere 20 years and you took pay cuts and you were a team guy and you carried Belichick's water and you read after winning a Super Bowl against Atlanta, you read, we can win with a lot of guys, knowing it was either Belichick or people on that staff. Yesterday, 2,500 words. He thanked Kraft twice, fans the most, teammates, ... then coaches. Because he may not know what coach dropped it. Coaches was the last people he thanked. I don't think it's a coincidence. Remember, this was Tom's choice. New England was, quote, shocked when he didn't sign. You look at the messaging by Tom, it's not just Belichick. That 2018 January article, several coaches on the staff. Tom doesn't know quite who leaked it, but it's probably the OC. It's probably the head coach. Somebody leaked. We can win with several quarterbacks. That's the kind of crap. I've taken a pay cut for 15 years. I've taken a pay cut for 15 years. And you could win with several of us? Okay. Yeah, good luck on the market. Good luck with Jarrett Stidham. Good luck. All right, Tua's next. Roll Tide, my quarterback. Not going to go one, but he's still my quarterback next.